said repeatedly here that the White House didn't want to comment on a private entity. A quick search back through briefings in recent months finds that you commented on JP Morgan's merger or purchase of First Republic, and then you were asked last November about Elon Musk buying Twitter, saying we're going to keep an eye on that decision. Does the decision to not comment today have anything to do with the fact that the Secretary of State is in Saudi Arabia right now?
No, not at all. Not at all. We're just not going to comment on this. And look, I also said with the Elon Musk, I also said the same thing that I said today, is that we're not going to comment on a private entity. I actually said those words, but I've always been very clear. We just are not going to comment on any types of mergers. And I know you pulled out those specific things, but I also continued and said I'm just not going to comment on mergers or private entities. We are being consistent here on not commenting on the actions of or mergers of private entities.
I know you won't comment on the case involving the president's son, but the president previously criticized the Supreme Court ruling that his legal team is preparing to use, should he be charged, as an affront to common sense and the Constitution. I just want to know if that statement from June of last year still holds, or if he is viewing that ruling in a new light.
I'm just not going to comment on this.
On a separate topic, a couple months ago, we were all talking about TikTok, and there was legislation put forward on the Hill that 3 months ago Jake Sullivan came out in support of, and then we haven't really heard much since. Can you say whether you're working at all with the Hill on making this become law? Are you working with the Senate, the House, or have you sort of given up on any authority to restrict TikTok and other apps that you think are harmful?
Certainly this is important to the president, to the administration, this type of legislation that Jake talked about a couple months ago. Don't have an update for you. We are always in constant contact on different pieces of legislation with the House and the Senate. I just don't have an update on where we are currently with this.
Follow up on that, has the president been advised to wear a mask if he's outside, given that the DC air quality is code red today?
No, I'm aware that the DC quality is code red, and I would, and for folks who are watching at home or at work, you can go to the EPA, the EPA website, and there's a map of what your area, what code color your area is. I just don't have anything to share on what the president is going to be, any changes to how the president is going to be approaching this. So just don't have anything at this.
I was hoping you can clarify as it relates to the LIV PGA merger. Yesterday, the president was asked about this merger during the cabinet meeting, and he said, I'm going to be in the PGA. Can you clarify, had he been briefed about the merger before? Was he aware of what
Absolutely,
he was speaking
he had been, yes.
And what did he mean then by, was he just laughing off the question?
I just think that he was basically saying, I'm not going to comment.